This KFAN podcast is sponsored by Builders and Remodelers, exclusive Twin Cities provider of Elements Windows. Get the highest quality windows at unmatchable value. Visit buildersandremodelers.com for more details.
You know when you're really stressed or not feeling so great about your life or about yourself? Talking to someone who understands can really help. But who is that person? How do you find them? Where do you even start? Talkspace. Talkspace makes it easy to get the support you need. With Talkspace, you can go online, answer a few questions about your preferences, and be matched with a therapist. And because you'll meet your therapist online, you don't have to take time off work or arrange childcare. You'll meet on your schedule, wherever you feel most at ease. If you're depressed, stressed, struggling with a relationship, or if you want some counseling for you and your partner, or just need a little extra one-on-one support, Talkspace is here for you. Plus, Talkspace works with most major insurers, and most insured members have a $0 copay. No insurance? No problem. Now get $80 off of your first month with promo code SPACE80 when you go to Talkspace.com. Match with a licensed therapist today at Talkspace.com. Save $80 with code SPACE80 at Talkspace.com.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to video message number 29.
This is Beaverville. Come on in.
It's Bob here. I got a question.
I woke up yesterday morning with a spring in my step.
Start later, please.
I could never know what the day was.
Fast forward ahead.
Listen up, the ratings just came in for last month. We are number one. We just grabbed every key demographic. Super duper, gang. Super duper. That's nice. Way to go. Neato, gang. Yes. Boy, that was good news.
It is the 21st day of April, 2025. Good Monday morning, everybody. Welcome to the Power Trip Morning Show. My name is Chris Hockey. How are you today? It's raining outside, man. I love that here in the Twin Cities. I wish I could just stay in my car for the whole show and call you from there, but can't do that. Got too much big-time radio to do. So recapping the playoffs, getting ready for the NFL draft, and so much more. The Power Trip Morning Show. Here's what we got. Nate Bargatze with some comedy. Ben Lieber coming in. Mike Mussman, Cast of Thousands. Even a check-in from Zacho in Vago. So lots to get to. Let's get her started. Comedy on the Power Trip. Come on in. I am glad you are here.
We had my mom go pick up our daughter recently at a friend's house, and I texted her the address, and she drove to the wrong house. She knocked on the door. Another grandmother answered. Well, this is no good. This is like two dogs seeing each other through a fence. It's going to be hard to get them both back inside. So my mom, she goes, is my granddaughter there? And that lady goes, I have 3 grandsons. No solution. Just 2 grandmothers. You have stuff, I have stuff too. They talked for 30 minutes. It's a wrong door. I had to go get my daughter, then find my mom.
Oh, you bastard.
The finish line is waiting. Fate is on your side. You hear the distant thunder. There's lightning in your stride.
Power Trip Morning Show, Monday, April 21st. One team up, one team down. I mean, the Wolves looked unbelievable. The Wild looked okay, but couldn't get it done against Vegas. That game was late as hell last night, but it's only going to get later. Tomorrow night's even worse.
Hideous.
But at least we got the Timberwolves.
Yeah.
Wolves freaking dominated.
That was
Smoked
great.
them.
Yeah.
Smoked them.
Celebrated 420 a day early, though.
They blazed them.
It's a feminine.
You blazed your face. You shaved your face again. What are you
What's
doing?
going on? What happened?
What the hell are you doing?
Okay.
I don't know. It just gets too wispy, and it starts to look like pubes. So I had to get rid of it. It'll grow back.
Oof.
It took my son like 30 seconds to be like, who the hell are you?
Yeah, you know what it is?
Nope.
It's feminine non.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're a feminine phenomenon.
Yeah.
I am?
A feminine non.
You're something, man.
Well, that's good news, yeah. So, yeah, it'll grow back.
I mean, I know, but for now, the rest of us have to look at it.
Yeah, I don't think it looks great, but it's all right.
What does Kel think?
She likes it.
She does.
Yeah.
Did you do it in remembrance of Pope Francis?
Yes.
That's nice of you.
R.I.P.
Yep.
Yeah, that was your guy, right, Saucy?
Were you guys tight?
You and PF, Pope Frankie?
I don't want to agree to that. Was this that? Because, no.
You don't want to agree to it? He didn't want to agree to it?
No, he wasn't my guy. No.
He wasn't your guy?
Wow.
No.
I thought didn't he just speak like yesterday? Or the day before?
I think it might have been Friday.
And then bang.
No, I mean, he was doing stuff as of yesterday.
Yeah.
Even.
Yesterday was a big day.
Sure, big day for them.
Yeah. And now he's gone.
Yep.
Yeah, there you go. I still say if you guys have not watched
Conclave.
It's real good.
Such a good
movie.
movie.
Real good, man. Real good.
It's way more entertaining than the premise
And you would think,
seems.
right? Yeah.
Someone described it as RuPaul with for the papacy, and it's kind of exactly that. It's very gossipy, almost reality show like, but high art.
Yeah, it's a funny bit. That'd be cool if they did that. Reality show selecting the next pope. That'd be good.
That would be great. Mr. Beast, he can host it.
Yeah, let's go. Give him $12 trillion.
Comes down to AJ or Big Justice.
AJ Mansour.
Boom!
I thought you were talking about AJ.
Me too.
Well, it could be.
Could be.
He'd be in the running.
It could be.
I'd rather have it be AJ Mansour than AJ from the AJ and Big Justice duo.
Oh, come on.
No.
Oh, not even close.
The
Come on. AJ Mansour do it.
The Costco guys are terrible.
Those guys suck.
Big Justice?
Yep. I hate them
terrible.
both.
I don't know who you guys are
they're
talking
terrible.
about. I really don't. You guys always talk about those two. I don't go to Costco.
You guys got to leave the
I
Rizzler
ain't got
out
that
of
kind
it,
of
though.
money.
You have a Costco. You have both.
Sure, but I don't go there.
You don't go there,
No,
but you pay to go there.
Just in case I decide I want to, bitch.
Yeah.
I remember one time me and my friend had somebody else's Costco membership before they had like the pictures on the IDs. And they were letting everybody just go in. And then they stopped us. And I was like, okay, you guys racially profiled us, but you were right. So I'm at a crossroads here. I'm not going to put up a fight.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate.
Yeah.
But racism won that day.
Yep.
And you didn't get your chicken bake or whatever they eat there.
Oh, do. Anyway.
Double junk cookie.
Oh, come on.
Oh, God, shut up.
Chicken bake.
Oh, my God.
Shut up.
Y'all like the Rizzler, though, right?
No, he sucks, too.
How are you
Come
talking
on.
about? What is a Rizzler?
they
Isn't
all
that like a
suck.
treat?
Mini Gronk sucks. They all
Oh,
suck.
no, Mini Gronk sucks.
Mini Gronk has been like 14 for 35 years.
Yeah, we had this exact same
Yeah.
conversation about a week ago.
Yeah.
I still don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, trust me, you're missing absolutely nothing.
Good.
Nothing.
Good.
Oh, the
Your life
Rizzler's
is
the
better
man.
because you don't know what the hell we're talking about. I wish I didn't.
Yeah.
Good. Hey, you know what else happens this week?
The draft.
That's right.
Yeah, let's go, man.
That's right. The NFL draft is this
Yeah.
week. We got our cover like a blanket. I'm starting the
Can't
draft
wait.
coverage today, personally. Just myself.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. I'm covering some draft stuff today. Do you want to know how I'm going to do it?
I can't wait.
I'm going to think about it
Okay.
as I drive around.
You could listen to Sauce and Ben's podcast.
I already did that twice.
You could listen to Sauce and Nordo from the Auto Show.
How'd that go, Sauce?
Man, it was fun. The auto show's great in itself, but yeah, it was fun.
Do you got to go there?
You got to go. But I think it's over. I think yesterday was the last day.
Oh, man, I missed it again.
Yeah, but it was fun. Nobody peed blood.
I did.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I hit myself in the nuts.
Why?
Until I peed blood. Just in memory of Corey.
in honor of Corey. That's
no,
kind
in
of
memory of him.
Oh.
Yeah, and in fairness, you have no idea if anybody peed blood or not.
That's true.
I mean, that's
Sure,
a
somebody
very good point.
Yeah, it's none of your business.
Yeah.
I was nice enough to admit it to you guys.
And instead of being like concerned, we laughed.
You sure did.
Yeah.
It was funny.
Yep.
Yeah.
But the draft show went well.
Yeah, it went really well, yeah.
What'd you guys figure out? Did you guys figure out who they're going to draft?
No, but I think we've kind of got it narrowed down to a couple of left guards. So, yeah. I think they've got about 4 or 5 dudes that they would draft at pick 24, and if not, they're going to try and find their way back out of the first round.
Are there a couple of guys they would move up for?
I could see that.
So they could move up.
Move down.
Or stay put.
I think they stay put, though.
You said they got 4 or 5 dudes that they're looking at?
Yeah.
Any ladies they're thinking about drafting?
I don't think so. Not yet.
Great.
Yeah.
Nice of the Vikings to care
No,
about
they don't
quality.
care. They don't care about what you just said. No.
We should call Zach.
How many times do you think he sat in that bathtub that he showed us the picture of?
Got it. I have some thoughts on that.
On the bathtub?
Mm-hmm.
Looked like a nice tub.
That's a fancy-ass bathtub.
It's a fancy-ass bathroom.
hotel
Yeah,
room,
look good.
Yeah. He's staying at a real high-end place, obviously.
He is. One of those nice ones that don't have a casino, right? No gambling license.
Yeah.
Which is good and bad.
Yeah.
It's nice because the hotel's probably nicer, but then it's bad because then you got to walk your sweet ass somewhere else if you actually want to play.
Which is not a bad idea.
No, get some steps in. But
Get some steps in.
3:39 Vegas time.
Yeah.
That game went real late here. What did it finish up at 11:30 something maybe?
Did you watch all of it?
No, I went to bed when it was 3-1.
Yeah.
Midway through the third, and I'm like, I don't think we're gonna do this, and I'm hitting the wall hard.
Yeah.
So I tapped out at 3-1.
Yeah.
We should call him anyway.
Yeah, call him.
Call him, just find out what the scoop is.
I bet he's real high.
I bet he's real sleeping.
Yeah, I bet he's asleep.
Yeah.
I believe he's going to be up before the power hour at 8
Is that right?
to stream.
Oh.
So I'd be shocked if we heard from him before that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He did give us a weather update yesterday from Vegas. So
He sure did.
Yeah.
if you wanted to know what the weather was outside of T-Mobile Arena, he definitely did that thanks to the Wild and KFAN and iHeartRadio. He was out there reporting on the weather on the Vegas Strip.
Yeah, if you wanted a weather report from somebody who apparently has never been in the sunshine.
Brilliant.
It did appear that way.
It did it not?
And I know because I also look like that. I've never been racially profiled walking into Costco.
Oh, no, you definitely have. You definitely
They've handed me free memberships.
That's kind of
give these to some of your friends.
That's what I'm saying. You think that being racially profiled is a negative thing all the time. It can be a positive thing as well.
Right.
For whites.
Yes. for white men. Yeah, they offered me free food and women.
Yeah, it's like that.
Free women?
Oh, yeah.
They just handed him everything.
Yeah.
They offered me samples.
Damn it.
It's like that.
Free
Eddie Murphy
tires,
bit, one
all
of the
that
best bits
stuff.
of all time. Where Eddie Murphy pretends to be a white dude and people are just handing him money. It's the best thing ever.
You see, so Questlove was on, speaking of Dave Chappelle, Questlove was on Mike Birbiglia's podcast.
Mm-hmm.
He said he had the I'm Rick James bitch sketch like 6 months before Chappelle did. He actually had the script and thought it was super funny. He said he would go to parties and basically just do it, and it crushed.
Yeah.
Like, everybody thought it was the funniest thing ever. And I love that he looks back and he's like, I was the king for 6 months until it came out, and then the whole world was doing it.
Yeah.
But he was like, that was my window to be the funniest guy at every party, was just doing that sketch
brilliant.
before
Is
it
he
came
saying
out.
that he wrote it?
No, he had access to it.
Oh.
I don't know how. I didn't see I just saw the clip online. I didn't see the full interview. But essentially he had seen it and had it and was just quoting it and crushing at parties.
That's funny.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Knowing him, he's super plugged in, and he's like a big music historian guy, so he probably actually just heard the story from Charlie Murphy and Rick James and then went from there.
What you're saying. Yeah.
What a great bit.
One of the greatest of all time.
Yeah.
I wonder what it's like to be the funniest guy at a party.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, not because I'm funny or not funny. It's just because I don't go to parties.
Yeah.
Well, you don't go. Nobody invites you to.
Right, that's my point. So it's more like, I wonder what it's like to go to a party.
Yeah.
You know? Is it fun?
No.
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 I have seen Hockey pull a hockey at his own party.
At his own party.
I have, I don't like them.
Where are you going? I'm going upstairs. All right. Bye, hugs.
What's Chris, off the top of your head? What kind of a party would you like to spend more than an hour at now in 2025?
A garden party.
Yeah.
An F party.
Yep.
Whoa.
I said more than an hour.
Yeah, no, I'll give me 15 minutes. I'll be ready to go again.
Oh, okay.
Go outside, have a cigarette.
You only smoke when you bang?
Yeah.
Well, that's good for you.
I don't need two hands. I'd like to go to a key party. I'd like to go to a cake party.
Isn't a key party the same thing as an F party?
No.
Similar activities,
At
though.
an F party, you keep your own keys.
Oh, got it.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah. You want to be able to get the hell out of there in case the wrong person comes. You know what I mean?
Right.
Oh no, Dad's here. You know what I mean?
Yep.
You got to roll.
Where are my keys? Right.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
a problem.
So I'm saying, oh no, Lawyer Lember's here again.
I was going to say, is that a problem that you've
looking for
had happen a lot in the past, where your dad shows up to the same key party?
It's happened, sure.
Yep.
It's happened, yeah. What the hell was that?
Buzz Lightyear?
That was my phone.
Did it say error?
I don't know what it was. Probably.
Sounded like an action figure.
What were you scrolling?
I was watching.
Little X-hamster?
I was watching a clip from Angels in the Outfield.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Hell?
That makes a lot of
It
sense.
came up in my algorithm.
You
it's
make the weirdest choices.
It's only a 9-minute segment.
No, this is before. This is at like 5:15.
I know, but Chris is asking, why did you just pull it up right now?
Yeah,
I was closing it out, turning it down, so it wouldn't have that issue, and then I ended up having that issue anyway. So I would have been better off just leaving it over there.
That's exactly our point. Is why do you have to look at Instagram during the segment?
I wasn't. I was closing everything out. But you are right. Yeah, I don't know why. Because I can't pay attention. I'm sorry.
You're bored.
Because you don't have the beard.
The show bored you.
The show does not bore me.
It bores me. I'm bored as hell right now.
I'm bored out of my mind.
Yeah, I'm reading the news right now. I'm scrolling other radio stations.
Oh.
Like K102?
That's exactly right. Well, Musk keeps telling me it's great.
Well, dude, if you love country music, holy bleep is that
I love
station
what
good.
now?
Country music.
Oh.
Where can you hear that?
K102.
Oh.
So it's, I don't know, 102 something.
That plays on this station?
Plays on this station?
Like telling you about it plays on this station?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, it's right. It's fantastic.
Man, I got to tell you guys, we did 10 shows at Pioneer Place in St. Cloud, and after the show on Friday night, we were doing some drinks in the bar that's downstairs. They have a what do you call it? A
speakeasy.
Speakeasy, thank you. And the two lovely bartendresses were telling us ghost stories because they're there all the time.
Oh, hideous.
And let me tell you what, you want to be a 54-year-old grown man pretending you're not scared? But when I left that place by myself and I was walking out the back door, walking up the back steps of that place, and it was going on 1 o'clock in the morning, and I had a slight buzz on, and I was trying to angle my way towards my hotel room, I was not alone. I could feel it. And I was pretending I wasn't scared, but I was scared.
That sucks.
And if it had been daytime, I'd have been cool as a cucumber.
Oh, yeah.
But at night, when you're by yourself and you've been listening to ghost stories about an elevator that the light goes on and it goes up and down by itself, some bitch, let me tell you. I had any belly button for a penis. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can act as tough as you want, but when you're alone at night, after hearing them stories or watching a good scary movie,
yeah,
things that don't make any sense during the daytime,
right?
Or
at night,
oh yeah,
ooh,
oh yeah,
ooh,
greasy,
yeah,
it's the worst.
Yeah, but it's also kind of fun.
Just to feel alive.
Yeah, just to feel
to feel scared.
Or
fear is a fun.
There's something dead watching you.
Sure. But fear is a good emotion.
Yeah.
So it's a good thing on a daily basis to feel absolute and overwhelming and crushing fear.
Or just something.
Yeah.
You guys okay?
Yeah, are you guys saying something? Do you need help?
Well, it's like every day I walk outside and I look up at my roof and I'm like, I cannot imagine what would happen if I had terrible gutters.
Well, I don't have to worry about that because I have gutter helmet from my friends at gutterhelmetmn.com. Never clean your gutters again. It's the absolute best. Don't have to get up on a ladder. Don't have to waste a Saturday picking gross leaves out of your gutters. Gutterhelmetmn.com.
Could you please grow your beard back by the end of this show? It's distracting me.
Yeah, I didn't think it would. I would shave that much of it off.
What?
Well, I forget to use the thing, so
This
it's
is the
gone.
second time
light
in the
in the
last
bathroom?
the second time in the last couple of months you've made a mistake shaving.
I'm just not good at adult things.
Weird.
Like sex?
Yeah, I'm not good at that. No,
Math,
not good at that.
spelling.
Brushing those
Not
teeth?
good at that. I'm all right at that. They're all fake anyway.
Yeah, you don't have to brush those things, do you?
No, only the back ones.
Did you just say ma?
Probably. Ma. Oh, Jesus.
That was powerful.
That's splatter. That's dry.
Nickelodeon
already.
slime.
Yeah, that's dry already in the back of your shorts.
How dare you, sir? I'm going to need that giant bathtub that Zach's got.
Lieber will be here about 6:30, must around 7 or so. Zacho live from Las Vegas later in the show as well. This is the Power Trip Morning Show on the Fan.
You know when you're really stressed or not feeling so great about your life or about yourself? Talking to someone who understands can really help. But who is that person? How do you find them? Where do you even start? Talkspace. Talkspace makes it easy to get the support you need. With Talkspace, you can go online, answer a few questions about your preferences, and be matched with a therapist. And because you'll meet your therapist online, you don't have to take time off work or arrange childcare. You'll meet on your schedule, wherever you feel most at ease. If you're depressed, stressed, struggling with a relationship, or if you want some counseling for you and your partner, or just need a little extra one-on-one support, Talkspace is here for you. Plus, Talkspace works with most major insurers, and most insured members have a $0 copay. No insurance? No problem. Now get $80 off of your first month with promo code SPACE80 when you go to Talkspace.com. Match with a licensed therapist today at Talkspace.com. Save $80 with code SPACE80 at Talkspace.com.
Fan.
Well, your Wild lost last night. Cajun went to bed.
I thought it was a hard-fought game by both teams. I think
Well, you're wrong.
what we expected, I think both teams came to play hard and pretty good, strong defensive efforts. Not a lot of special teams in the game. So I thought we did a lot of good things to build on moving forward here.
Oh, yes, this is bad.
Yeah, 4-2, the Vegas Golden Knights defeat the Minnesota Wild in Game 1. The fourth goal was an empty netter with about 0.1 left, almost zeros. Not that it really mattered, but I mean, I guess if you're betting over-unders or stuff like that.
Or you got them minus 1.5.
Yeah, who knows? So that was an important goal for the bettors, not so much maybe for the rest of us, but I didn't know what the lines were, but sure. 2-goal deficit instead. 4-2 in Game 1.
It's all right.
Matt Boldy scored both for the Minnesota Wild.
Just bounce back tomorrow at midnight whenever that game starts.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. Isn't the Wolves game at like 9:32?
Yep.
9:32? That's pretty exact.
Yeah. Well,
way to report. That was
thank you.
fantastic.
Wow.
Right on the button.
Yeah, it'll be April 22nd, 9:32.
You got to say Tuesday too, by the way.
Oh, damn it. Yeah, you're right.
Make sure they know the exact date and day of the week.
And that's the only game of the two teams that cross over, right? That are on the same day?
Yep, I think so far, yeah.
Go both teams, but I think the Wolves win this thing in 5.
Let's go. Dominated their asses.
Dominated, yep.
Yeah, their asses were dominated.
They don't have any depth, the Lakers.
No.
And they play no defense.
Zero. LeBron, I was talking with Max about this. Other than the block, that sweet block that LeBron had, he and Luka are defensive liabilities. They don't guard. And all they wait for is the ball to go on the break, and then they move up the court. LeBron, that one time when he complained, and then the guy said LeBron isn't a complainer, is an all-time bit.
Yeah, that's a PST.
That might win
Number
it.
1 seed.
Yeah.
I like LeBron too, but that's just ridiculous.
It was fun to watch. They took the fight to them. It was great.
That was awesome. And they did something that they didn't do almost entirely in the entire Western Conference Final Series, and that's force Luka to play defense on almost every single play. I thought Julius did an amazing job of that. Even before he started scoring in the second half, he was really bringing the physicality to Luka, and you could tell it affected him. Because that first quarter, it looked like it was going to be one of them nights, man.
Yeah, where he had 70.
Yeah, it was insane.
Yeah.
I was like, here we go again. Oh, man. And then they took it to him, outscored him by 18, and never looked back.
It was great.
It's hard not to think that we're going to dominate because they look like they have about 3.5 good players, and we have about 8.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah. It just looks like we're so much deeper, so much younger, so much faster, more athletic. Obviously, shot the 3 like crazy, but wide open threes most of the game because the Lakers play no defense.
No.
And
that was domination.
Right. And it wasn't like Ant scored 60 points or something and we dominated. He had 22. And 9 assists and 8 rebounds. He had a fantastic game, but it wasn't reliant on just one player. And I think that's one of the Wolves' strong suits going into this playoffs is that pretty much everybody is firing on all cylinders right now.
And I don't think they'd ever admit it, at least now. Their rallying cries, no one thinks they can win. They're all behind that.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. And they've talked about it. Chris Finch has said, like, they hear the noise. And Anthony Edwards said in a presser last week, right before the game, he said, I know nobody wants the Timberwolves to win. And he had a smile on his face. They're embracing that underdog role that they didn't have last year.
Yeah, it's going to be great. I unfortunately will be asleep by the time the game starts tomorrow, but
somebody can put you down?
I mean, that would be nice. Yeah. I should be put down. Do you ever have one of those nights where you don't
put you down like 4 times during today's show?
My number is going to be way higher.
Yeah, I'll take the over. I'll take the over on both. And
hammer the over,
and I'll cash those tickets.
Yeah, by the end of this segment.
Oh God, yeah. By 6:15, I'll be money in my pocket. You ever have those nights where like you just can't fall asleep, and then you don't realize? Then you're like,
God, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that's not something that's relatable to most of our listeners.
What do you mean?
So what happens?
I don't know. I just didn't feel like I got much sleep last night. I couldn't fall asleep.
Whoa, are you serious?
Yeah.
Did you close your eyes?
Yeah.
Did you stop eating?
Yes.
Sometimes that helps.
I did.
Did you
stop
get that
eating.
pinky out of the dark hole?
Yes. Yeah.
Hard to sleep with your arm bent like that.
Yeah.
That falls asleep.
Yeah.
I bet your pinky was asleep.
My hands were to myself. All right, I'll catch
your
that
hands
ticket
were in
then.
yourself. That's what I asked you.
All right, we just hit the over. Yes, my hands were to myself.
Bow, 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 bow.
Chris, you ever have this happen? Last night, I fell asleep at the appropriate time after the appropriate amount of time.
Wow. Let me ask you a question. I sat on a toilet and tutu came out of me last night.
What?
Yeah.
What? Why are you eating a tutu?
Do you ever have one of those days? I do. And
what a stupid name for a baseball team, the Marlins.
Yeah, nobody goes to that. Nobody.
Observation.
I think less people go to that than they do the Twins games.
I think that was a sports joke. I couldn't tell if it was a sports joke or just a sports point. One of the two.
Could be both.
It could be both.
Don't
I
you
mean,
wish it
nobody
was
laughed, so there's a really good chance it was just a point.
Don't you wish it would rain every night when you were asleep and it was sunny all day long?
You ever have one of those days?
Yeah. Has that ever happened to you?
Yeah.
Where you're like, man, I wish it would rain now. You know?
You ever wake up and say, I wonder if that roof's tall enough?
Oh, boy.
Talk about it, brother.
You ever wake up and think, why did I think the exact opposite thing when I went to bed last night? No way.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, I'm saying.
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
You ever get in a fight on 62 and 35?
Did you?
Did you guys read about that?
No.
So, yesterday morning, like 11 a.m., because it was Easter, drivers are once again able to access the interchange at 35 and 62, which, by the way, confuses me every time. You guys the same? You ever go that way when you're like going to the airport from here, let's say, and you're on 35 and it splits off on 62? The wrong lanes are in the wrong spots. So I'm sure that's what caused this. Drives me crazy. Anyway, there was a crash and then a fight.
Oh, yeah.
Minnesota State Patrol, 5 eyewitness news. Troopers were called to the area of southbound I-35 and 60th Street just before 11 a.m. There was a crash. As troopers were responding, they were told people were fighting on the freeway.
That's so badass.
I know. Troopers eventually arrived and were able to separate the parties. However, while investigating, a trooper was assaulted by a man who was also involved in the crash. He wasn't done fighting.
Jeez. He wants to fight.
That man was identified by 24-year-old Sir Moses Williams.
Wow.
Sir Moses
Wow.
Williams.
Is Sir his first name?
Apparently.
Moses is his middle name.
Could
Williams
be.
is his last name.
I don't know if the Sir was given to him by the Queen
Okay.
or a Queen.
Yeah.
Oh, can a Queen give you the name Sir?
I think so. Just any queen? Yeah, I guess I never thought about that. Well, I think so.
That's a ballsy move. Let's say a set of parents just absolutely just named their son.
Yeah.
First name, Sir. Middle name, Moses. Last name, obviously, Williams.
Yeah.
That is, even if you skip the Moses part and just, this is Sir Williams.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is balls to the wall.
Yeah.
That is insane.
You're going to have to be the kind of guy that's going to fight in the middle of a freeway.
100%.
For sure. Yeah.
For no reason. Just fight.
Oh, I'm sure he had reason.
Well, you know how we always say there's some names that if you're the the star quarterback, you can get away with, right?
Yeah.
Because it's like, all right, that's a cool enough name. You can have any name, but if you're a nerd, you're going to get pushed down some stairs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sir Williams, Sir Moses Williams is even worse because you're either a hero or you're insane.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right? It's not like, oh man, Sir Williams is kind of a nerd. No, Sir Williams fights with troopers on 35W and 62.
Yeah. Well, maybe they were stealing his women.
Yeah, exchanging insurance wasn't enough. They had to exchange hands.
Yeah. He said, let's fight. Let's throw down.
Yeah.
Let's
I get
dance.
it. I get it completely.
Yeah, you've thrown down.
Well, you got it sometimes. I just don't know. Fighting in traffic, that's another level of tough.
That's dedication.
I don't think I will never be Sir Chris Hockey because I ain't fighting in traffic, especially on 35. People don't care.
That's something Jason Statham would do in a movie.
Yeah. Yes, correct.
Or Sir Sean Connery.
Yeah. People will just beep their horn and swerve around you.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Or hit you.
They got places to be.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It's going to take, somebody's going to have to be whooping somebody's A in order to get me to stop and help if they're in the middle of traffic. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I got places to go. If I'm on 35, I'm not there by choice. I got to be somewhere.
I would think that the person that's more willing to fight is the one who was wronged, not the one who was at fault.
I would say the person who's the most willing to fight is the guy named Sir.
Yeah.
Yes, correct.
Moses.
What if they all got out and were like, my liege?
What?
Why would they say that?
Because he's a sir.
But how would they immediately know that?
Like a Sir?
Maybe he wears the king stuff everywhere he goes.
What kind of king stuff?
Like a hat?
You can't fight
You mean
with
a crown?
That?
You can't fight with that.
A crown?
You can't
a
fight
sword?
with a crown on, no.
No, but he knows he doesn't have to fight because
But he
you
did.
respect him.
So
he
did you
did,
just say a sword? So he gets out with a crown and a sword?
Yeah.
And you still kind of curtsy and say, my liege? And then fight a man with a sword on a freeway.
I'm going to
Maybe
back
they
him
were
up
so
on this.
pissed.
I'm going to back him up on this. I'll tell
Thank
you
you,
what.
Hogs.
If he gets out of the car with a sword, you have to distract him.
Yeah.
And if you kneel in front of him as if you are abdicating, then you got a chance of shooting him in the nuts.
So you're gonna kneel in front of a guy who's dressed as a king on Easter Sunday with a sword, and you're gonna assume he's not gonna behead you.
He's obviously crazy.
Yep.
You got to confuse him.
Correct. You have to say, my
You have
liege.
to play along with the rouge.
Yes.
You've clearly never been in a fight, Cor.
Yeah.
With a guy named Sir.
This is
right.
basic fight logic.
Yeah.
I
right
just
here.
don't like your crazy king fight strategy. I would not give him a clear look at my neck.
Listen, none of us liked him when he got out of the car with a sword.
My liege.
All right.
And then
You gotta
somebody
improvise
sucker
from there.
punches him and we move on.
Right. You got to confuse him.
Yeah.
You got to throw him off his game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you go to one knee and say, where hath thy been?
Yeah, my
Sir?
liege.
And when
Yeah.
he goes, finally somebody gets it, you hit him in the balls as hard as you
Right,
can.
then you drive
You
away.
just hit him so hard that sword goes a-flying.
You give those grapes some wrath.
That's
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, well said. That's
And then
exactly
you say,
right.
sorry, my liege,
Yep.
and then you scamper away.
Yep. And then you go over and you make him your bitch.
Yeah, then you make sweet love to him.
That's right. And when
Yeah.
he's out cold, you still kick him in the face.
Yeah.
Because that's how it's
What
gotta
if he
be
gets
done.
out of the vehicle and he's not dressed as a king? His name is just Sir Moses Williams, but you don't
Does
know
he
that.
have a name tag on?
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
Can you just feel it in the air?
Yeah.
He's just got an aura.
Yeah.
I guess.
It must have been a bad crash.
Yeah.
Front Page Sports is next. This is the Power Trim Morning Show on the.
You know when you're really stressed or not feeling so great about your life or about yourself? Talking to someone who understands can really help. But who is that person? How do you find them? Where do you even start? Talkspace. Talkspace makes it easy to get the support you need. With Talkspace, you can go online, answer a few questions about your preferences, and be matched with a therapist. And because you'll meet your therapist online, you don't have to take time off work or arrange childcare. You'll meet on your schedule, wherever you feel most at ease. If you're depressed, stressed, struggling with a relationship, or if you want some counseling for you and your partner, or just need a little extra one-on-one support, Talkspace is here for you. Plus, Talkspace works with most major insurers, and most insured members have a $0 copay. No insurance? No problem. Now get $80 off of your first month with promo code SPACE80 when you go to Talkspace.com. Match with a licensed therapist today at Talkspace.com. Save $80 with code SPACE80 at Talkspace.com.
Fan.
Here we are, 6:11 on the Power Trip Morning Show on a Monday. A little rainy in the Twin Cities. It's perfect. Bow, bow.
Look at that guy. I haven't seen Mike Grimm
I know, he's still alive.
months.
He came in here to ask us if we were okay.
Yeah.
He didn't recognize me, South Paul Lambert with no beard on.
Yeah, I mean, look at that.
No,
I mean, that's not good, though, right?
I actually took your guys' lead last week. I went down. I buzzed as well on top a little bit.
Yeah.
It's
freeing.
It takes a second to get used to it when the first couple times you look in the mirror. God, I look good.
Yeah, you do. You look great.
You look handsome.
Yeah, thank you.
What do you think of sauce with no beard, though? Be honest.
Yeah,
not good.
Maybe about the last time I was in, he chopped his beard, so it looks the same to me because I haven't seen the guy in so long. Although I have seen pictures of you and the youngster.
Yeah,
it's been fun following that.
Thank you.
Far.
Yeah, he's great. He rolled over yesterday for the first time.
Outstanding. Was he trying to get away from you?
Yeah. Oh yeah, he tried to roll off the
Were you
couch
trying to pin him?
No, we weren't wrestling yet.
Gave him the people's elbow real quick.
Good morning, Daddy.
Oh, abadab.
Oh, how old is she there?
Sheesh. Maybe, I don't know. I bet it says on the date. I'll check.
Abby's the best.
She is the best. Thank you.
Yeah.
Better than Louie.
No.
It's a tie, right?
It's a tie.
We're allowed to say that.
It's a tie.
Tied for first.
That's right.
Just like everybody.
That's right. Yep. Grimmer, we're about to do sports, but we also have you're here to give us a full report on something cool, really, that you did this weekend.
Yeah, I had a good time. It was fun.
So, should we jump into sports first?
Sure.
All right, let me get rid of this thing that I got pulled up here right now because there's lots of sports to talk about. I don't know if you know about it or not. Both our teams are in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Time now for Front Page Sports, presented by Holiday Station Stores.
Holiday Station Stores. Buy 3 Monsters for $7. Mix and match any flavors you want. Get to Holiday. Get those Monster Energy drinks.
She was 6.
Is that right?
Yeah.
How old is she now?
22.
Man, that's awesome.
That was recorded on October the 10th, 2008 at 11:22 in the morning.
Man. Time is a bitch.
Yeah, man. That is for sure.
It only goes faster the older you get.
That is correct.
That is true.
Don't say that.
The Timberwolves crushed in Game 1 Saturday night in Los Angeles. 117-95 to take a 1-0 series lead. Domination from 3.
Oh, that large man.
21 of 42. That's 50%. 21 made threes is a franchise playoff record. Luka had 37 points and dominated the first quarter. He had 16 points in the first. But the rest of the way, it was all Timberwolves. Jaden McDaniels, basically the star, 25 points on 11 of 13 shooting.
Yeah.
9 rebounds as well. Played great defense. Naz Reid was huge. Ant was great. We missed Ant for a big chunk, and that's actually when the Lakers started chipping away. That got a little dicey. It looked like, are we really going to have Ant in the locker room when the Lakers come back from like 27 down? Son of a bitch. And then he calmed the seas and we got her done.
Yeah.
The Wolves have won 18 of their last 22 basketball games.
Hell
and Game 2 is tomorrow night in Los Angeles.
At 9:30.
Yeah.
Which... Ugh.
It's gonna be a late one.
Are you doing a post game?
No, not tomorrow. But Fan Line will be back. I believe on Friday and for sure on Sunday. We're doing pregame for sure on Friday. We'll see about post. But Parker will be back in town. We brought the Howlin' with the Homies back over the weekend, so that was a lot of fun. Had Amy Hockert of Fox 9 fame hanging out with us, talking about this big time win. Man, it was just so much fun to watch because like we talked about earlier, it seemed in that first quarter like it was going to be one of those days like Luka was just going to have his way with the Timberwolves. And then there was a timeout there that Chris Finch took in the second quarter, and it seems like from there they started attacking the basket, which kind of opened up the three-point line, and they started making Luka work defensively, and that completely threw him off his game on offense. They started bringing that physicality because that's one thing that everyone knew that was one of the few Wolves advantages, like clear advantages coming into this series, was size and physicality. That Lakers team is not a good defensive team. They're not anywhere near as big as the Timberwolves, and the Timberwolves took advantage of that and started dominating them, took away those second chance points that the Lakers were getting in the first quarter, and it was off to the races from there. Anthony Edwards, it's like every 6-7 games he has something go wrong with his ankle where it looks like he got shot and it's over and we're never going to see him play a game of basketball again, and then he comes back in 5 minutes and starts hooping again, and all is all good. So I'm glad that he's feeling well and it wasn't anything serious. And the Wolves showed some maturity, just being able to not have that big lead at halftime and to pretty much dominate for the rest of the game. Oof.
There's a huge recency bias, right, in playoff sports, right? Whatever you just saw, you just assume is going to keep happening. So the betting markets are always interesting because you see something like this and you're like, I wonder what's going to happen for game 2. I'm not saying like, look, we're so much better than the Lakers that we're just going to sweep and dominate, but I think that's possible. But I'm just convinced now, even if the Lakers get 1 or 2, I'm going to be surprised if we lose this series because we are the better team.
Yeah.
And all you had to do is you just see the depth and the defense and you go, this is a better team than the Lakers. They just are. And I think it's also, we had a weird year, but this is the team that went to the Western Conference Finals. Almost the exact same team, except for the Cat, Randall, DiVincenzo swap. Otherwise, this is the same team that just got to the Western Conference Finals and looked like they had a chance to win the whole freaking thing last year. Yeah. We're better than the Lakers. I'm going to be very surprised if we lose this series.
What were the odds pre-series for the Wolves to win? They were a dog.
Oh, right? They were definitely were the dog. The Lakers were like the 4th or 5th favorite to win the whole thing, and the Wolves were 9th, I think.
And is that switch now? If you were to bet the series win, I wonder.
I'm going to look, but my guess is now that the Wolves have home court advantage and dominated in game 1, my guess is it is flipped to Minnesota.
Yeah, if they hit threes like that, they can run it all the way to the end.
And they've been doing that all season.
And I think it was, I don't remember if it was Kendrick Perkins. Somebody, though, on the broadcast said, all right, 50% almost always is not sustainable, right? Teams don't shoot 50%. Yeah. But it was the way they were getting the threes, kind of what Maxo said, is like they drive, and the Lakers' defense is so bad that they're finding wide open corner threes because they're not getting out and defending.
So and corner threes in the NBA, that might be 50% or close, right? I mean,
they've thought about changing it.
Yeah, that's a for those guys. Good shooters from the corner, that's an easy shot.
By the way, I'll find the series in a second, but already for game 2, the Lakers are 5.5 point favorites. I'll take the Wolves plus 5.5 all day.
Yeah,
same.
I'm not saying we're going to win by 20 every game, but we're better. If we're the better team and you're going to give me 5.5 points, I'm taking it.
Yeah. I mean, they just, as we've talked about, they just don't have any depth.
No, they don't have 3.5 good players.
And they don't have any way to, as I think it was Jaden McDaniel said at the end of the game, when Jackson, is it Hayes?
Yeah.
When he comes out of the game, Jaden would be the tallest guy on the Lakers, right? Like, they just don't have anybody to stop Rudy. They don't have anybody to stop Julius. And the Wolves just, it's the wave factor. Every time you think they just bring in 2 other guys that can score and rebound and play defense. This is a good team. And Finchie, as you guys stated, this is one of Finchie's best coaching jobs. When they got any momentum, he would just call a timeout and bring them back, or he would you could hear him yell, slow down to him. He was excellent. Yeah. It was great.
Yeah, and outside of like a Rui Hachimura or a Gabe Vincent just randomly turning up, the Lakers are entirely reliant on their big 3 taking them to the W every single night. And Luka had 37. I mean, LeBron James had damn near 20. That's usually enough to get you a W in the NBA with that team. But
this was a no-show.
Yeah,
and the postseason's different than a Tuesday night in February.
Yeah.
If Luka gets 37, they're going to win that game, but the postseason just brings a different intensity, and the Wolves were good on defense. I was on a flight back from L.A., actually.
Oh, must be nice.
And so the game's on, and it was pretty cool because I'm watching the game. I'm also kind of fiddling around on my phone, and it was like 23-11 or something like that? The Wolves were down. I can't remember exactly. So I'm messing around, and then I look up, and it's like 41-28. I'm like, what the heck happened? So now I'm into it. I punch in the
huge
headphones.
run to start the second quarter.
And, but it was kind of cool because this is from LA and the plane's coming into Minneapolis. So there were some Wolves fans. So there was 2 or 3 different occasions where there was a dunk or something, and there were like audible, up and down the flight.
Oh, there
were like audible, like 6 or 7 people would cheer or just scream. So that was kind of fun to I was not one of them. I kept my cool, but it was kind of cool to be on a flight.
Well, you're a pro because you know you're not allowed to cheer in the press box.
Well, he was doing some cheering. Was it Saturday night?
Friday night.
Friday night. Wait till you hear what concert he saw and where he saw it.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, God, he saw Benton Boone at Coachella.
Dang, you got it.
Yeah, I got it on the first guess.
You just know me.
More with Grimmer after this. Ben Lieber in like 10 minutes. This is the Power Trip Morning Show on the Fan.
You know when you're really stressed or not feeling so great about your life or about yourself? Talking to someone who understands can really help. But who is that person? How do you find them? Where do you even start? Talkspace. Talkspace makes it easy to get the support you need. With Talkspace, you can go online, answer a few questions about your preferences, and be matched with a therapist. And because you'll meet your therapist online, you don't have to take time off work or arrange childcare. You'll meet on your schedule, wherever you feel most at ease. If you're depressed, stressed, struggling with a relationship, or if you want some counseling for you and your partner, or just need a little extra one-on-one support, Talkspace is here for you. Plus, Talkspace works with most major insurers, and most insured members have a $0 copay. No insurance? No problem. Now get $80 off of your first month with promo code SPACE80 when you go to Talkspace.com. Match with a licensed therapist today at Talkspace.com. Save $80 with code SPACE80 at Talkspace.com.
Sauce just pointed at the screen we have on here in the studio that has a 84-hour countdown to the draft. 84 hours, 33 minutes, 15 seconds before the NFL draft.
Sauce, who do you got the Vikings taking?
I think they take either Tyler Booker, the guard from Alabama, or they take Donovan Jackson, the guard from Ohio State.
Yeah. Corey, have you been studying the mock drafts?
I have, and I'm pretty locked in. I think I have it down.
Nice.
I think there's a really good chance they stay at 24 and take the best player available, which might be one of those offensive linemen. I definitely think there's a chance they slide back a few and acquire some draft equity because they don't have a lot of picks. They also could really identify somebody they like and move up a couple of spots. So
you tell us Friday.
You heard it here first.
Yes, you've got it nailed down.
You'll tell us Friday.
Yeah, you know what sucks too is I've always been a huge draft nerd. I used to love the NFL draft, like love it. Yeah. I was a massive NBA draft nerd. I used to be able to almost tell you every lottery that had happened from 1990 through like 2010, right? I could probably go 1 through 14. Now when I listen to, I don't know, those people, Sauce, that we're referring to.
Oh, yeah.
It just makes me hate it so much more. Because they do try to pull off lines like that, and they don't think that we don't hear the tricks.
Yeah.
And it just drives me nuts. So now it's whatever. I also think this year sucks just because it's pick 24. If you have the 7th pick, it's so much easier to kind of start guessing, all right, this team is definitely going Cam Ward.
No doubt, yeah.
When you're all the way down to 24, there's about 50 different scenarios, players, possibilities. I don't know. The dust will settle Thursday night. We'll see what happens, and we can complain about it Friday morning. We might not even have a pick on Thursday night.
That happened a few years ago, right?
There have been a Vikings draft party or two where people are like, "Well, that was worthless. We didn't make a pick
out of the first round." And,
that was the Chris Cook year, I think.
Yep.
They moved completely out.
Yeah.
May have happened another time too. What really matters is scores and stats around the world of sports, and in between, Chris will change your life with something else.
Like it.
And it's brought to you by our friends at Carbonis. Thanks, Carbonis.
Thank you, Carbonade.
We can also do Wild News presented by Catalyst and CatalystSupplyCo.com. If you're a Twin Cities contractor, boost your build with Catalyst. We'll start with the Vegas Golden Knights beating the Minnesota Wild 4-2. They got a goal with 0.1 remaining, an empty netter with 0.1 to make it a 4-2 deficit. Boldy scored both times for the Wild. Zeev Buium made his NHL debut, first Wild player in their history to make their NHL debut in the postseason.
19 years old.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, bright future, man.
I don't know enough about hockey to even remotely criticize or
right.
analyze.
You guys have worked together for 20 plus years.
What
but
do you need?
Yeah, he's right.
On the Brandon, I think it was Brandon Saad. The Brandon Saad had the breakaway where he threw it off the post, but it was one-on-one, like, it was Buium that was hustling back because I don't know if he was out of position or made a mistake, but he was the defender that was the closest and looked like he was panicking, trying to get back. And because I don't know anything about hockey, I'm like, was he out of position? Yeah. Was he not supposed to be? What was he doing? Don't know, but it did look bad that the kid is the one chasing a breakaway.
Yeah, he also had the turnover late that led to the trip, but I don't know enough about it either to know how well he played. He got on the ice often, and then at some point late they put both him and Faber on the ice because I think they're a little more maybe offensive defensemen as they needed a goal late. But,
yeah, I guess the kid's got all the potential in the world, but don't know.
He's been a total stud at the college level.
Yeah, and they just won the whole thing, correct? Like 10 days ago.
Last year they won the whole thing.
Oh, last year.
They lost in the Frozen Four semis this year.
Okay, so deep run this year, title last year. Yeah. Got it. Yeah. What really matters, though, is this.
Who'd you see in concert where?
Okay, AC/DC.
Oh, yes. Hell yeah.
Thank you.
At the Rose Bowl.
Whoa!
The Rosen Zone.
Yeah, so they played Minneapolis. They opened the tour at the Vikings Stadium last week, but I decided to skip that and fly to L.A. and watch them there because I just when we were there for the Gopher football game against UCLA, you grow up in Big Ten country. That's like a sacred traditional building.
Yeah, because you're not going to go there for a bowl game.
Wow.
Well, nowadays the Rose Bowl basically doesn't exist as we grew up knowing it, so you're probably correct no matter what.
Right.
But it was so cool, so I thought that will be a cool spot to see a show. And I've never seen AC/DC. I'm a fan of them. I know, Corey, you're high on AC/DC. And so a buddy and I flew out on Wednesday. We had a nice little 3 or 4 day trip out there, did a few different things, and then watched the concert. And it was outstanding. It was outstanding. That's outdoors. Awesome. The only down part is the San Gabriel Mountains are to the east, and that's kind of the scenic part of that. It was an overcast, foggy kind of day, so you couldn't really see the mountains.
That's
but man, they jammed. I mean, Brian Johnson's 77, and Angus Young is 70. Angus Young stole the show. He's the guitar player. And I don't know how he's got the energy to do. I mean, he's just running all over the stage. He had a 20-minute guitar solo.
Yeah, that's what I heard that he did here too.
It was almost
20 minutes. It's too long.
Yeah. At one point, you're like, "Come on, let's go, Angus."
Yeah, let's go, man.
That was
Play
enough.
Yeah, right.
But how I don't know. Doesn't your left arm fall? I'm not a guitar guy. Doesn't your left arm fall off playing that long, that much? But he was incredible. Brian Johnson's voice has kind of been shot of late. It was pretty good.
What? Yeah.
Imagine the stress that voice has been under over the years.
Doing that impression for 10 seconds and I want to rip my vocal cords out. So I don't know how he does it.
So, and obviously they have some, their formulas, they start, almost every song starts with some guitar riff that's very recognizable. So 2 notes in, everyone knows the song, everyone's going nuts. So it was awesome. It was great. Check that one off. Saw them live. When they were singing Highway to Hell, and they get to the chorus, it's 65, 70,000 people all singing along. It was pretty sweet.
Super cool.
And we were all, jamming.
And no opener, right?
There was opener.
Oh, there was.
There was here too. Yeah, Pretty Reckless.
Oh, no kidding. The girl from Dr. Seuss or.
She was a child actor.
Yeah, she was Cindy
Jim
Lou Who.
Carrey bit. Yeah,
and she had an. I didn't know any of the songs, but They were excellent. Like, she had an unbelievable stage presence.
She's real good.
That's a weird combo, though, those two bands together.
I was surprised that they didn't have,
Actually, not at all. It's pretty very similar music.
Yeah, and she said she grew up listening to AC/DC, and she has kind of a Joan Jett, Lita Ford sound, I would say.
Yeah.
So I was impressed with them. They played 9 songs to open, and it was good. And she got the crowd fired up. They were going.
What a deal opening for AC/DC.
Then I saw the next day that, which I thought was kind of cool, that Axl and Slash from Guns N' Roses went to the show together.
Oh, yeah.
And, you know, because you'd think those guys never hang out because there have been, you know, over the years, but it was kind of.
The word on the street is Axl is traveling to every city they play at in case they need him to come off the bench for Brian Johnson.
No kidding.
Apparently he was here at the US Bank Stadium.
Because he filled in what, 2016?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Then he tore his Achilles. He was in a wheelchair.
Yeah, absolutely.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. Getting old as hell.
Yeah. It was, but it was a good, it was a good trip. Are we going to commercial?
You go ahead. You're good.
Did you guys, you might be of age, Hockey. Did you grow up watching Emergency? Remember with Johnny and Roy?
Squad 51.
Squad 51.
Yeah.
TV show? TV show with Johnny and Roy, Squad 51, LA County Squad 51.
Yeah, sure.
I watched Chips. That was it.
Chips was...
that was my only LA base.
So I was doing a little, you know, just what can you do in LA that's not the normal stuff.
Yeah.
And so I just stumbled, and that was a big show for me. Every day after school I'd watch it. Huge. That fire station was an active station then, and it still is today.
Really?
So I spent more on an Uber.
Oh my gosh!
From my hotel to that fire station just to see it, and back than I spent on the flight out and back. It was like a $90 Uber there and like $100 back because it was in Carson. We were staying out in Hollywood, but it was so cool. So I'm just standing out there geeking out because I'm an idiot, taking pictures of this fire station with my buddy, and my buddy's like, "What the f are we doing here?"
Right.
And fireman walks out. He's like, did you watch the show? And I start telling him. It's like, hey, I'll give you a tour. So we went in. They have a little store in there. So I bought a T-shirt, and they had sold, you know, cars and different things. So
man, I thought Chris was the only one that made terrible financial decisions.
How dare you, sir?
Jesus,
that's a great financial decision.
I felt money well spent. It was so cool to see.
That's right.
It was so cool to see.
That's right,
Good
man.
for you.
Yeah. So anyway, wait.
Squad 51. Squad 51.
Yeah.
All right, Ben Lieber's here. We'll do more of what really matters after this. This is the Power Trip Morning Show on the Fan.
You know when you're really stressed or not feeling so great about your life or about yourself? Talking to someone who understands can really help. But who is that person? How do you find them? Where do you even start? Talkspace. Talkspace makes it easy to get the support you need. With Talkspace, you can go online, answer a few questions about your preferences, and be matched with a therapist. And because you'll meet your therapist online, you don't have to take time off work or arrange childcare. You'll meet on your schedule, wherever you feel most at ease. If you're depressed, stressed, struggling with a relationship, or if you want some counseling for you and your partner, or just need a little extra one-on-one support, Talkspace is here for you. Plus, Talkspace works with most major insurers, and most insured members have a $0 copay. No insurance? No problem. Now get $80 off of your first month with promo code SPACE80 when you go to Talkspace.com. Match with a licensed therapist today at Talkspace.com. Save $80 with code SPACE80 at Talkspace.com.
All right, here we are. Ben Lieber's here. He's so excited.
I'm so excited.
Look at you.
How are you?
I'm real good, man. Thank you.
That reminds me, you're probably not aware of this, but there's a gal named Ali Shava. You ever watch her stuff on Instagram?
I don't think so.
She's it's like a parody account. She's a student, I think, at the University of Florida.
Okay.
And she acts like she's a foreign exchange student from Russia. And she says excite all this. She's like, I'm so excited. Anyway, it's really funny, and she plays it really, really well. There's a few videos early on that I actually thought it was real. I'm like, this girl's hilarious, you know, this foreign exchange student. And then come to find out, my kids are like, you're an idiot, Dad. I'm like, she's just acting. You should check it out. It's actually it is entertaining. Anyway, I am excited to be here.
Yeah, you're excited. All right, well, you're going to be excited because we're going to do more sports.
Yeah,
What really
we got
matters?
so much sports for you.
Scores and stats around the world of sports, and Chris will change your life with something else. Let's see here.
Anything? Nothing? You got nothing?
The Braves won 6-2 over the Twins. The Twins had just 5 hits. The Twins lost all 3 games to Atlanta. The Atlanta Braves came in 5-13.
Yeah, but they were heating up.
Now they're 8-13. The Twins are 7-15. They are off today. Then they host the White Sox.
Who are like
tomorrow.
5-18 or something, right?
Man.
Yeah, they won yesterday, I think, against the Red Sox.
They're going to take us. They're going to sweep us.
7-15.
Yeah, it's over.
No, it's not. It's just beginning. Don't give up, baby. Don't give up.
It's over.
Did we give up at the Alamo?
I don't think so.
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure.
I'm
to be honest,
genuinely asking.
Yeah, historically, I don't really know. I don't think that we did give up.
All right.
But then I think that they did kill everybody. I don't know.
Okay. Would Walker, Texas Ranger, give up?
No, he
God, no.
Okay,
But he wouldn't be 7-15.
True that.
No.
You got me
Good
there.
point.
I don't know what to tell you
He'd be
about that.
22-0.
Saw 16 hours ago you tweeted bases loaded, 1 out and 0 runs, and then a gif of a floating fiery dumpster.
Yeah, it's over. They just can't get clutch hitting. I think that was like the top of the order too.
7 minutes.
Yeah, it's over.
We got food coming.
Yeah, it's over.
Max and I, we ordered DoorDash from Wendy's because we couldn't take it. We were too hungry.
What'd you get?
Don't worry about it. You're not getting any of it because you
What'd you
said
get
you
for
weren't
us?
right.
Yeah, what are you, the Fed?
You said you didn't want anything.
Yeah.
You said you didn't want anything. That's what you said. You said quit eating, Chubsies.
I did not say
You
that.
said those words.
You did say it. You made
You
it
did.
plural, too.
And then you smacked me across the forehead with your nutsack.
Wow, and then you got turned on.
Yeah, that's what he calls his wallet.
And then you held me upside down like a baby and
Yeah,
spanked
why
me.
did you hold him upside down? That was
Why
so
are you so damn
degrading.
strong? How could you do that?
It was crazy to watch how strong you are.
Thank you. Yeah, you were kind of turned on.
Yeah, well, kind of.
Yeah, a little bit,
I
yeah.
mentioned food and you went Hulkster.
Yeah. Well, you said you wouldn't give me any.
Why do you call your wallet your nutsack?
Yeah, why do you do that? It's a good
That's what
question.
I call it.
Why, though?
I just learned to call it that.
You learned to call it that.
That's the worst possible answer. Like, there's anything you could have said.
I learned
You're never going to be on Saturday Night Live.
to call it that. No, improv is not your strength.
No, it is not.
You think he's just sitting back waiting for them to call?
I think he is, but it's not going to happen.
Yeah, no, they'll call me. They'll discover me.
Well, but the good news is, Sauce, is Saturday Night Live is not improv. It's reading cue cards. Oh,
Yeah,
boy.
I can't read either.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, it's over.
Can you imagine they fly you all the way out there? They're like, good news, Paul, there's no improv. Just read the cue cards. You're going to crush.
Yeah, I'd be fired mid bit.
Live from
Mid-spit?
live, whatever. I'm sorry. I'm
so
trying.
happy to be here, guys. Thank you. It's my first time hosting. Thanks.
Why do you think they still use? Do they actually use big cue cards?
Of
They
course.
do. Yeah. It's because they change things on the fly, like right up to the moment they air the shows.
Right. So they got to be able to edit and
exactly.
rewrite.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I just saw something about that somewhere. Or maybe I heard of an interview.
That's what they used to do with the Stefan bit, right? That's why Bill Hader would always be cracking up.
Yeah.
It's because they would change it last minute on him.
Yeah. To him all the time, yeah. They'd change it at the last second so he wouldn't know what was coming. I love that.
Oh,
Great
that's
bit.
why he would
That's
act
why he'd be laughing
surprised.
so hard. Yeah.
He would stop and put his hands over his face before he even said it because he's like, I can't believe I'm going to say
Exactly, yeah. The
Yeah.
best.
God, those were the best.
Yeah,
That's
that's
one of
an
my
all-time
favorite
bit,
characters of all time.
What really matters, though, is this.
Guys, on this date in 1898, good old Bill Duggleby of the Philadelphia Phillies hit a grand slam in his first major league at bat.
Wow.
Oh, good
He's
for
one
him.
of how many players to ever do
Ooh,
that
Good question.
in Major League Baseball?
You know, we always mention this kind of thing with bonus. That baseball nerds love this kind of stuff, right? That things happen sometimes in baseball that's either never happened or happened so infrequently. First major league at bat.
It was a grand
Slam. So not only do you have to have the bases loaded, but you actually have to deliver. I'm going to say that has happened something like twice.
I'll say one other time. What?
That's a brilliant way of just saying the same
thing. Yep. That's
okay,
exactly
3 times.
Exactly what I just guessed, but you said it differently.
Well, 3 times.
I'll take 6. I'll take a half dozen.
Oh, brilliant. All right. I get it.
I'm going to say it's happened 5 other times.
I'll say 2 other times, so 3.
3.
Yeah, thanks, Michael Jackson.
I will go 4.
Just roll your beard back. God.
Who are you? What's happened to
God.
7.
Will you use the word dastardly now, please?
Dastardly.
Anyway, it's happened 4 times total, including Bill Duggleby. 4 total.
4 total. Okay.
I nailed it.
You did. It happened with old Bill back in 1898, and then Jeremy Hermida and Kevin Kuzumov, is that how you say it? And Daniel Nava. 2005, 2006, and 2010.
Wow.
Yeah, crazy. So there you go. Do you think Bill Duggleby, right, 1898, let's just say he had kids. I don't know if he did or not. Do you think his probably great-grandkids know that he was even a professional baseball player?
Probably not.
Probably not.
Probably not.
No.
Isn't that something? I mean, I don't know if he was like one of the greats, but in 1898, he hit a grand slam in his first major league at bat. I wonder if his great-grandkid, if they're like a high schooler or something like that, even knows that he played professional baseball.
I bet they do.
Yeah, I bet they do.
That might be the extent of it, though, because if you have great-grandparents that were just, quote, normal people, you might not know anything about them. But it might be kind of cool to be like, my great-grandfather played Major League Baseball in like the late 1800s. Yeah. That's kind of cool. That might be the extent of their knowledge of their great-grandfather, but that probably is what they know. Like, for example, what do you even know about your grandfather?
Right.
I know about 3 things.
I know that he had some great poems.
Yeah, he did. Yeah. He loved the ladies.
He did.
Are we talking about Hawkeys or yours?
Hawks. I'm sure mine did, too.
You know, I mean, it is weird to think, like, it's even weird to think that at one point in his life, your grandpa had recess.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, it is weird to think about our grandparents and great grandparents as like children.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think this is what Chris is trying to allude to when you asked, do great grandkids even know that their great grandfather played in Major League Baseball? It is weird when you are a grandkid or great grandkid and your grandparents' life is minimized to 1 or 2 bullet points.
Yeah.
Right? They've lived an entire existence, and if they didn't make every choice the exact way they made it, you don't exist. But it's like, what did your great grandfather do? I don't know.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Just glad he made every decision he ever made.
Yeah, right. That's why it's fascinating to do those Ancestry.com things, man. Because you do look at every one of your ancestors, and like if you go deeply into it, I don't know if you've ever done this, Grim or Ben or anybody, but if you go deep into it and you can look at not only your great-great-great-grandfather, but their brothers and sisters and how many of them died, and you're like this close to not being on the planet.
Yeah.
Crazy. Pretty interesting.
None of us should be
real
here.
interesting.
No.
You know what I find interesting too is this Bill, what's his name?
Duggleby,
yeah.
Who does sound like a draft pick by Martin Moiseau. It really does. But
that'll be Wednesday, by the way.
Oh, he's on?
Oh, yeah, Wednesday.
Oh, sweet.
Oh, yeah, he's calling in.
I bet you this guy couldn't even sniff single A ball.
Right now?
Yeah, right now. If this guy back in the late 1800s, who was quote unquote a professional baseball player,
right?
Yeah,
hits a grand slam on his very first professional at bat, probably couldn't even come off the bench in single A baseball right now.
Yeah. He'd probably be looking around saying, why are they letting all these people play?
I can't take a pitch from that guy.
Yeah, right.
He doesn't deserve to be on the mound. What's going on
here? I didn't fight that war for this. Things change, Bill.
Yeah, Bill, relax.
Bill, take a deep breath.
Yeah. Breathe in, breathe out, Bill.
Women can vote.
Yeah.
What? I quit.
Bill,
he
it's
pulls
not
out a Colt 45 and blows his brains out. He just looks at it.
All right. The Oklahoma City Thunder.
Yep.
who also did not exist when Bill Duggleby was playing baseball. They won 131-80 over the Grizzlies in Game 1. That is the 5th biggest margin of victory in NBA postseason history. 51 points. Yikes.
Wow.
The Grizzle shot 6 of 34 from 3, and the starters were 2 of 20 from 3.
I didn't watch, but it seemed on my X timeline that the Grizzles gave up.
Well, it was over early. I mean, it was a 40-point deficit when it was like 70-30. Yeah. I mean, it was over really early. By the way, the record, 58 points. Denver beat New Orleans in 2009, 121-63. Who's the other team that won by 58 points?
So it happened twice, you're saying?
One other time, yes.
Oh, thank you. So the other time, besides the Pelicans and... Let's see, who would it be?
I mean, I don't know. I'm probably going to say Golden State ran up on somebody.
Nope.
The Bulls?
Nope.
Celtics?
Nope.
The Heat?
Nope.
Phil Duggleby?
Nope.
The Nets?
Nope.
Is it the Wolves?
Nope. But you're the closest so far.
Oh, it's the
Milwaukee Braves?
No, it's the Minneapolis Lakers.
The Minneapolis Lakers beat the St. Louis Hawks in 1956, 133-75.
Wow.
Minneapolis Lakers. Crazy. But what really matters is this.
That's right, Corey. That's right. That's right. Mm-hmm. On this date, 107 years ago, in 1918, Baron Manfred von Richthofen, better known as the Red Baron, was shot down. He made a perfect landing, but he had a bullet in his chest. And he died in his plane.
I didn't know that.
I didn't know that either.
He shot down over 80 enemy planes during World War I. And he defeated Snoopy countless times.
He did. And it's a hell of a frozen pizza.
It's a hell of a frozen pizza.
Well, now I'm questioning what the sauce is.
That's me.
Blood?
Ugh.
Yummy.
Real question.
Yeah.
Did his family get royalties from the pizza chain?
That's a great question. I don't know.
Good question.
What about Snoopy, too? I mean, it's a good question. I don't know. I mean, the von Richthofens.
Because it's obviously made after him or named after his likeness.
Sure.
Yeah, right.
Baron.
I wonder how that works. Like, obviously, he was dead by the time they came out with his pizza product.
I would guess
he was
no.
dead when he landed.
But I don't know either.
Can you just make a product based off a dead person, not have to give the family anything?
I think I'm just doing a cursory little Google thing, and I think his kind of legend grew out of his own personal name. Like, I think the idea of the Red Baron became a thing that was kind of bigger than the actual guy, if that makes sense.
I don't know. He shot down a lot of people.
He sure did.
No, I'm not saying it's like, just like the idea of it kind of took a life of its own. I'm not saying that he didn't do anything cool. I'm just saying like the idea of it took flight, and I think it stopped being attached to his specific name.
I think what you're asking is like if we want to turn onion rings into like Bundy rings, we'd have to give Ted Bundy's family some royalties.
I don't know why you would do that.
Yeah, why?
Because Bundy rings has a nice ring to it.
Yeah, it does.
I understand, but there's probably buttholes.
Let's go to you're thinking of Dahmer.
Yeah.
I don't know why Ted Bundy would have butthole rings. But, I mean, maybe. I don't know what he did.
What about the thought of like was Zorro a real person? Could you have like a Zorro pizza?
I don't think so.
And then have like
he was.
On God! You know?
Wow.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, let's do Zorro pizza.
Zorro pizza. Do you have to give Zorro's family?
Because even the concept, or even the literary works, Zorro, that's public domain. We can do whatever we want with Zorro.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
It's got to be.
Was that a real person?
I don't think it was.
I don't think so.
I don't believe it was.
That's a fictional.
That's fictional. Can you imagine though being so much better at everybody else already in World War I that you shot down 80 other people?
Yeah.
Right.
Wow.
Must have been hell when you saw him coming.
Yeah.
Yeah, and hell was coming with him.
You saw a plane coming at you, like, I sure hope that's not the Baron.
That's the amazing thing, though, about piloting is you can be 80-0 until you lose.
Yeah.
I wonder who shot him down. I wonder if we can find that. Like, who shot him in the chest, if they even know.
Aaron Burr.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Wow.
That timeline works out.
There's like there's a whole section on Wikipedia called theories about last combat. So it seems like it must be controversial.
All right. Is there some theory that he might have shot himself? Like he shot and then he flew real fast and flew in front
Caught
of the
his
bullet?
own bullet?
Yeah.
I've seen
He
that
was
on the
throwing
internet.
passes to himself. Oh. He was throwing passes to himself.
Seen that on the internet too.
You know, Hawk, you probably have thought about this and have seen the videos about this because I think you and I would be equally fascinated by this. I still don't understand after watching countless number of videos how those type of airplanes that have the propellers, how the bullet can shoot through the revolution of the blade and not hit the blade.
It's incredible. It really
and
is.
I've seen the inner workings. I've seen the cross section of how like the whole gear system works. I still don't get it.
Yep.
I still don't get it.
I'm with you. It's pretty incredible. You ever been to the Air Force Museum in Dayton, Ohio? I know you haven't.
No.
Okay. I know you probably haven't either. I'm guessing, Grimmer.
I'm sorry. I'm reading about Red Baron's Pizza here.
Okay, let's go back.
Got distracted by frozen pizza.
Go ahead. I would encourage it. It's like the best Air Force museum anywhere. It's for the entire Air Force. It's in Dayton, Ohio.
Why? What's there? Why Dayton, Ohio?
I that is close to where the Wright brothers were from. And in fact, they had their first bicycle shop in Dayton, Ohio. But there's every type of plane you can imagine there, and including like SR 571s or whatever they are. All kinds of things. There's even some NASA ships that have flown, and one of them that went to the moon. The actual capsules there. But I would encourage anybody who's interested in any kind of military planes or just planes in general, make that a stop. Believe it or not, in Dayton, Ohio.
Dayton Flyers, right, Grimmer? Isn't that the name of the team?
Flyers.
Dayton Flyers.
Yep.
It's a big deal. It's a big deal. The Air Force Base there. And,
All right. You guys want some context?
Hell yeah.
Our good friend Matt from Thousand Hills, he says he used to work at Red Baron out of college.
Okay.
No royalties, he says.
This is what I'm reading as well.
It was a brand of Schwann's.
Yeah, this still is.
The guy who created the brand liked history, German history, and war history.
No kidding. Well, he had a lot of things to choose from. Glad he went with that name.
Right? Specifically that interest in German history.
Yeah. I mean,
You guys heat up that Führer pizza?
That's exactly what I was reading here. Yeah.
Wow.
No royalties.
Interesting.
The article said it's just coincidental. Any similarities?
Yeah, of course.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about. Red what?
Yeah. What?
So the Wolves won Game 1 on Saturday. The Wild lost Game 1 last night, late to Vegas 4-2. We can talk more about that later. Both of our squads in the mix. Wild off to a little bit of a slow start. Wolves looked freaking dominated.
So good.
Absolute domination on Saturday. They looked awesome. We'll talk more about that later. But the news is next. This is the Power Trip Morning Show on the Fan.
Since its invention, the TV has been just that, a TV. But what if it could be something more? Meet Samsung Vision AI. Whether it's upscaling classic content to look brand new or translating an English broadcast subtitles to Spanish in real time, Samsung Vision AI helps you get more from TV than you ever thought possible. Experience Samsung Vision AI and get a music frame on Samsung with a qualifying 2025 TV and audio purchase. Visit Samsung.com to learn more. Valid 4/16 to 5/4 on qualifying 2025 Neo QLED OLED and the frame TVs with Vision AI while supplies last. See Samsung.com for terms and conditions. Vision AI features vary by model. Upscaling utilizes AI-based formulas and results may vary based on source content. Translation accuracy not guaranteed.
You know when you're really stressed or not feeling so great about your life or about yourself? Talking to someone who understands can really help. But who is that person? How do you find them? Where do you even start? Talkspace. Talkspace makes it easy to get the support you need. With Talkspace, you can go online, answer a few questions about your preferences, and be matched with a therapist. And because you'll meet your therapist online, you don't have to take time off work or arrange childcare. You'll meet on your schedule, wherever you feel most at ease. If you're depressed, stressed, struggling with a relationship, or if you want some counseling for you and your partner, or just need a little extra one-on-one support, Talkspace is here for you. Plus, Talkspace works with most major insurers, and most insured members have a $0 copay. No insurance? No problem. Now get $80 off of your first month with promo code SPACE80 when you go to TalkSpace.com. Match with a licensed therapist today at TalkSpace.com. Save $80 with code SPACE80 at TalkSpace.com.